Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name's Stylosa and this is Unit Lost. Good lord, it is the best YouTube channel you will ever find. And I've got a little message today for everybody watching the video, and that is, you should play World of Tanks. Now, allow me to elaborate on this, because let's talk about my history with World of Tanks. So, I think we started attempting to play World of Tanks some time ago. If you search the channel, you will find videos where we basically pissed around. We messed about on World of Tanks, and never really took the game very serious. Now, I think this is it's got to be a year ago, or at least a year ago, when I first attempted to play the game, something like that. So why the hell am I sitting here today telling you to play World of Tanks? Because I've sort of got that madness out of my system, and now I'm actually playing the game the way the game was designed to be played. Because let's think about this for a second. On the face of it, World of Tanks is a completely ridiculous concept for a game. It is just tank versus tank, two teams fighting each other, and the teams can be made up of practically any nation that took part in World War II, any major nation anyway. And the tanks are all mixed together, so you can have French tanks fighting with German tanks. That's quite preposterous if you understand World War II history, ladies and gentlemen. The French did not like the Germans because, in fact, they were slammed by the Germans. Pretty bad for them. But still, it's totally ludicrous. It's tank versus tank, and it's crazed. So why am I making a video telling you to play World of Tanks? Well, I think the main big, super big, massive reason is the fact the game is free to play. It is absolutely 100% free to download. It's not pay to win either. There has been some arguments that, yeah, it's maybe bits of it were pay to win in the past, but to be honest, I don't think it is pay to win. It's not like you can go out there and actually spend real world money on, the best tank, all the best stuff, and then just, absolutely go into a game and dominate the game hardcore. You can't do that, because number one, you'll get put into tiers of matchmaking, so you can't take, a really powerful tank and play against noobs. That's just impossible, because they won't have that type of technology or that tier of tank to even play with you. So it completely gets rid of that. But what my point is, the game is not play to win. It's free though. This is like the biggest point. It is free. So click the link in the description below and just download the goddamn client and give it a go. But try not to be stupid. This is like the main bit of advice I want to give. Do not be stupid. Just think to yourself, okay, I'm going to play the game properly. I'm not just going to be stupid. Because, okay, I understand the game is a bit ridiculous, the idea of the game anyway, but when you sit down and you actually play the game, you really begin to enjoy it. I mean, what I want to do with this video is kind of convince you to just go out and try the game, but properly try the game. And I'm going to do that by kind of giving you a bit of a history of myself and how I have sort of really come to like World of Tanks. So it's quite easy to get into. Like, it really is easy to get into. There's no hardcore mechanics which are going to make it massively difficult for you to understand. At its base level, it is you drive a tank, you see an enemy tank, you fire at the enemy tank. There are some advanced concepts, things like camouflage and stuff like that, and the way the spotting system works, but it's not essential to understanding the very basics of the game. But it's really fast action. Now, if you get the game right now and make an account and click that big bad play or enter battle button, wherever the hell it is at the top of the screen in your garage, you will instantly, and I mean instantly, during a game, I'd be very surprised if it takes more than 10 seconds to find you a game and throw you straight in. There are literally hundreds of thousands of players waiting to play the game at that level. And I mean, you can get straight in, play a game. Okay, you don't do very well. That's fine. You can play another game. That's fine. You can play another game. It's really easy to just drop in and drop out. There's no kind of long-term commitment to it. Wargaming, these are the guys who actually make the game, they do class it as a type of MMO. Now, I'm kind of a bit skeptical on that, because it's really just, it's like, I don't understand how they could say it's an MMO. There's no, like, it's just tanks killing each other. You know what I mean? It's like, there are massive, it is a massively multiplayer game in that respect. There's a lot of multiplayer, there's a load of people playing it. You can get in clans and all kinds of stuff like that together. But it's not a traditional MMO in that sense. I don't think it's something like, I don't know, EverQuest or World of Warcraft, where you're actually going to get a meaty storyline, some strong narrative running through the game. Because there is no storyline, ladies and gentlemen. There is just a tank, and then another tank, and these tanks kill each other, and that's it. That's all it's about. It's completely crazed. So it's easy to drop in. It's free to play. They're like the best reasons I can give you. I mean, apart from that, I think I'm a big fan. Well, I don't think I know. I am a big fan of StarCraft 2. Now, the biggest reason why I enjoy StarCraft 2 is I can actually feel myself getting better at the game the more I play. And I get that same feeling with World of Tanks. I begin to understand the map layout more. I begin to understand what I should be doing at certain times. I begin to understand the type of tank I've got. I begin to understand weak spots on enemy armour, you know, the different areas of the tank I should be shooting at, and things like that. And that only comes through experience, and I really like that. You know, I like being able to play a game and know, like a year down the line, well, maybe not a year down the line, but a few weeks down the line, if I went back to play that tier 1 tank or that tier 2 tank, I would be so much better than I was at the time. So much better. That's like, I really like that. And I guess you could say that about any game. Well, okay, Sty, you could say, you know, well, I play any game, I'm going to get better at the game. But because it's completely PvP, I think that's where I'm sort of making the... like, that's where it sort of differentiates itself from other games, kind of like StarCraft 2, how that is PvP. So, not Protoss versus Protoss, player versus player, ladies and gentlemen. You know, you're playing against people and you get better, you understand things, you do different things each game. You don't have to do the same thing. I think it's such a good game for that. And I'm really, really getting into the game. Recently, I started playing War Thunder, and I think that kind of really helped me. Well, not helped me, but sort of said, you know what, Sty, maybe you should try World of Tanks again. And I did. And I really started to, like, really enjoy the game. I mean, it's not as fast-paced as War Thunder, because obviously War Thunder is aerial combat at the moment. World of Tanks is tanks driving around. You know, it's a little bit slower, it's a bit more tactical. And that I guess is like another point I could raise. If you are that type of person who is more interested in, let's say, I don't know, tactical-based games rather than like a twitch-based shooter, something like Counter-Strike, where you have to be really fast in terms of reactions, more often than not, the better players at World of Tanks are methodical. You know, these are people who plan out what they're going to do, kind of like StarCraft, although obviously StarCraft has got the whole bloody macro element where people do insane actions per minute on the keyboard. World of Tanks is obviously a lot slower, but it rewards the thinking man or woman. We're not sexist here at Unit Lost, good lord. So I think that I've probably put a pretty decent argument together there as to why you should just get in that description below, click that link, download the client. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just going to cost you bandwidth, and see what happens. Just play the game and see what happens. I mean, what's the worst thing that could happen? You end up uninstalling the game, you wasted a bit of bandwidth. That's nothing. I really want you to go out there and play this game. There is no reason why you shouldn't at least give it a shot. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I've been Stylosa, and hopefully I've kind of convinced you to try another game. That's what Unit Lost is here for. You know, we play games. We want people to play games, good lord. So yeah, why don't you actually let me know how you get on? So if you do download the game, comment below and tell me how you've kind of got on with the game. What do you think? You know, is this something you could see yourself playing? Who knows? Let me know. Good lord. And if you like the video, ladies and gentlemen, well then like the video. Make sure you subscribe. I've been Stylosa, like I've said quite a few times. This is Unit Lost. We are the best. We love it. And we'll catch you next time. Toodaloo. Actually, before I go, I do apologise. Why don't you sign up to our forum as well? This is unitlost.com/forum, and there is a link in the description as well. Join the forum, get into our World of Tanks forum, and then join our World of Tanks clan. It is quite big, and you get the added bonus of a magnificent Unit Lost logo on the side of your tank. That is amazing, and I'll catch you next time. Toodaloo.